Asmir, hi. How are you?
Delaney, I'm good on yourself.
I guess you're as good as it gets, hey? Thank you
Yeah,
for meeting with me today. I know it can't be easy, and I cannot imagine being in your shoes right now. And I don't think I would have been as courageous as you are currently. Um, we speak on WhatsApp a lot, so it's weird actually seeing your face at last. So, but it feels
yeah.
like I've known you for so long. Let's start.
Likewise.
Yeah, let's start with. Can you fill us in, like, what happened that day when? Um, First of all, let me quickly say this: that Asmir is the father of Iman Solomons, who actually died in a. Was it a gangster like a rivalry?
Yes,
I don't know
it's
exactly what happened.
gang, it's gang related. The morning, Iman went to school, she kissed me. I brushed the hair, like normal, like I would normally. And I was at home that day, I didn't go work, I was off. Um, Iman came home from school, she greeted me. Um, she got dressed, I called her, I still put my hand on her head. And she said to me, "No, Daddy, I'm going to play with the twins. Her best friends is twins, Jamie and Jody. So they live like 2 houses away." And I still remember running down the stairs and out of the door. And I was standing by the window. Was a few hours went by. She was playing, and around about 4 o'clock, I took my baby boy Ridor, and we decided we're going down to my parents' place. And so we walked, and I walked past Iman, and I said to her, "Girl, come down with Daddy." And she said to me, "No, Daddy, I want to play with my friends." And I always put my hand on her head, and I said to her, "Daddy will see you later." And she said to me, "Yes, Daddy, we will read and do my homework. Like we would always do at night. We would sit and do Iman's homework." And up until today, I actually blame myself a lot because what I would normally do, I would take Iman and I would just pick her up and we would walk. And even if she would cry, I would just take her with me. But on that Tuesday, I did not take her. I left her and she went to play with her friends. And she said to me, "Daddy, I'll see you tonight. We will do my homework." And I left. And I was at home at my parents' place. My father was also at home. Normally, he would have been at work, but he was at home. And round about 10 to 6, I picked up my phone. I messaged my friend and I could feel I actually prepared myself to go to soccer training, and I could feel something was wrong. I grabbed the car key from the table in the front room, and my dad was still shouting at me, "Asmir, where you going? Where you running to?" And I just told him, "Daddy, something is wrong. I have to go." And I grabbed the key, and you know that cold shivering feeling that you get. And I took the key and I got in the car, and I remember looking up at my father and he was shouting at me, and I drove. And as I drove up, I remember the road's name is Hercules, and I went up the road and I got the neighbor who lives next door. His name is Oscar. And all he said to me was, "Man." And for me, everything is still a blur, but I know exactly. I can't put it into words how quickly I drove to get there because I damaged my father's car also, as how fast I went over the speed bumps, but I couldn't realize what I've done. Only afterwards, yeah, and I got there and my baby girl Iman she was laying on her back and with a blanket over. The blanket was full of blood. I took the blanket off from her and I started shouting, "Iman, man," from the top of my lungs. People still tell me up until today they can hear me shouting her name. Because I kept on shouting her name and I picked her up and I held her to my chest. My arms was full of blood. I still had my red Liverpool sweater on, and I can't wear that sweater. I can't wear it because it brings back so many memories. As I was keeping him on, she, it's like, and I turned the head towards me. I remember, like, you know, when you keep your hand in front of you, I always see her face, her head. I can always feel her head, the back of her head in my hand. And she made the slightest of movements with her eyes to me. And you know, when somebody takes that last breath, that, and she did that, and she didn't exhale, and it's like her breath stayed there. And I shouted, Iman, and the ambulance came about 10 minutes after, but I still say up until today the ambulance came too late because I wanted to put Iman in the car and drive with her, but people were telling me no, don't leave her, let she lay there. And as she was laying, I took off my Liverpool sweater and I wrapped it up, I rolled it and I put it behind her head. And I took my index and my middle finger and I stuck it in her mouth because her tongue was swollen, it was white, it was against her mouth. And the ambulance came and we put Iman in the ambulance and I drove with my friend. I was sitting behind him and I still have a blackout, or I had a blackout, but out of frustration and panic, I actually ripped his seat from its bolts. And when we got at hospital, I remember the doctor putting pipes in Iman's down her breathing cavity to her lungs. And we left the room and I went outside. I couldn't stand still because I was restless. I went outside and 5 minutes later they called us and the doctor said to me that she has some bad news. But she first tried to calm me down. And she couldn't calm me down because I could see on her face, her facial expression. And I kept on telling her, please tell me where's my daughter? Please tell me where's my daughter? And she couldn't come to terms, or she couldn't put it into words to tell me that Iman did not make it. And up until today, everything that day, it plays in my head over and over and over. I went for counseling, but for me at the moment, it doesn't seem like the counseling is helping me because the memories of the day, it's like a video on repeat 24/7.
Well, yeah. I thought I can. Yesterday I was sitting and I'm going to now prepare myself to speak to you face to face. And
Yeah,
I realized that I've been sitting looking at a blank screen for 3 hours because I don't know, I'm a mother myself, so I can only imagine, I don't want to know, but I can only imagine what you must be going through. And it takes a lot for a father to actually sit here and talk about it because it's only a few months ago.
yeah,
It must feel like yesterday to you. I'm sure you still feel her presence in your house. You obviously know that hashtag shut SA down, hashtag our voices are, as we started fighting for Tasnay, I heard about Iman. And for some reason, I don't know why, I couldn't stop thinking about her. And she is one of my main focus, one of the kids that we're fighting for. We're fighting for everyone,
yes,
but we're fighting because of them. We just woke up one morning and we just did it. I cannot tell you why. And
uh,
you know that we are like right behind you, and we are fighting with every little. I mean, we don't even sleep because we're fighting so hard.
yeah.
Do you think your community, are they fed up? Are they? Is it actually? Are you living in fear? Because I would feel scared for my other kids.
The community actually told me that they've had enough, and strangely enough, there was a march. Iman was shot on Tuesday, and the past Sunday there was a march where the whole ocean view gathered, and they marched everywhere. And Iman was actually me, and she was standing by the window, and we were watching the people. And I was telling her that those people are going to all the naughty people's houses and try and chase them out of the community. And who would have known that my daughter would have paid with her life because of them? And yes, like you said, a lot of people are living in fear. Even me myself, I'm living in fear because so many people threatened my life. And I tell them, I don't fear no man. I only fear God. If you're man enough, you can come to me and face me. I did nothing wrong. I did not hurt anybody. I did not take anybody's lives. I'm not involved with gangsterism. I don't hang with the wrong people. I'm just a normal father, a man, for my wife, for my kids. I was just work at home. That's all I did. And for me to live my life this way right now, where I have to already deal with so much, with the loss of my daughter and also living in fear, it's not fair.
Do you feel that the police is scared of the gangsters and they're not doing anything? Do you feel like they may be involved? Not that I want to
For
like go
me,
onto that, but to me, it feels like they're just scared to take it on.
personally, for me, I can, from my experience, I think the police is involved and they might fear the gangsters, or the gangsters has more power over the police than what the police has over the gangsters.
And if you can sit down today, let's say we have a meeting with Mr. Ramaphosa, what would you like to say to him?
I would only say one sentence to him, that Mr. Ramaphosa, you didn't just fail me, but you failed my daughter. You failed all the children and all the women of this country. So, like I always say, how do you sleep at night? And that day when Mr. Bekiseli came to me, to my family, and I asked him, and he could not answer me. I said to him, how do you, as the commissioner or the top head of the police, how do you feel knowing that these gangsters are running around destroying families, and you as the police let us down? You failed us. How do you sleep at night knowing that the police fails us every day?
You know, because with the minute lockdown started, I was very surprised how awesome South Africa came together and things
Yes.
were organized and there was army, and I was like, wow, we can actually um, stand together. And all of a sudden I realized, why can't we do that with crime, with the gangsters, with everything that's going on in South Africa?
Definitely.
Iman's court case, I think it's getting postponed now. Is it because of the lockdown or is there a problem there?
At the moment, it was the 1st of July, and it was at Simonstown Magistrate Court, and I went there. We were there as a family, and the detective said to me, because it's moving, the advocate wants a couple of things done also. It's moving to a new advocate, so we're going to a high court. So there's just a few specific details that he wants sorted. I don't know what details. I can't tell you exactly, but that is what I was told. And sometimes I feel disappointed, or I become despondent, and it's like we want to see something get done, and for me it feels like nothing is getting done. Like my daughter's life was just taken in vain, and show me something is getting done. I feel like I don't want to doubt it, but it's at the back of my head, and I know justice will be served, and I want justice to be served, but you know that little bit of doubt is always there. That what if nothing happens to those guys? What if?
It will be very frustrating to me as well if I think you want answers and you want it now. And I think the lockdown also, is dragging it out, because I know that I was at court the other
Yes,
day and someone had COVID-19, so they close it. Cases get postponed and postponed and postponed, and this can go on for a year or 2 or 3. And I can imagine that you want answers and you want justice and you want it now. What do you suggest
yes,
we do from our side? Do you think there's a possibility to actually stop this gang violence?
yes. There's a big possibility. It's by time the government takes note. For me personally, what Delaney and Mone and Nuno is doing, it's, if you can see, if even if I live stream videos on Facebook, I can see that it's catching a lot of people's attention. It's taking all of their attention and it's catching their eyes, and it's time for people to take note.
I think it's time for people to speak up. Like I said, we keep on sugarcoating it. Well, not me. The media is saying it's not as bad. They're not talking. What you see here and what's said, abroad is not the same thing. People think we overreacting. And I just want to, say to your face that we are obviously going the extra mile, but I think you know that. And we are not
Yes,
near
definitely.
done. Okay, so, and I don't think we'll ever stop until we get answers, because I want to know the way forward. What are we going to do now? What's the plan?
Yes.
Surely, if they can put
What?
a lockdown on South Africa, there must be a way of sorting out the crime, because don't tell me
Definitely.
there's no way. When everything just fell in place with army, and it was just, I could not believe that South Africa was actually, able to put that together, and well, our government. So I'm getting to a point where I'm thinking, if they can put that in order, surely we can sort out some violence.
Surely.
I don't want to really speak about the death penalty, because I always say that I want them to die, obviously. I can't hide that. But I don't want to have the wrong people for them to have it in their hands to decide who's dying and
Yes.
who's not. But
And
I
who's
think it's
living?
getting to a point where they're not scared. Criminals don't care about jail. It's a free bed, it's a meal. They're having it looks like they're having parties in jail. Maybe if
It's
we can,
like a holiday inn, huh?
exactly, it's like a free holiday. So I'm thinking maybe if we start off by saying, if we make it worse in jail, you don't want to go to jail in Thailand or Japan, and because there's a good
Not at
reason.
all, yeah.
Yeah, if you go look
Yeah.
at the jails, you would rather die. But in South
Yeah.
Africa, it's like, I don't care, because I'll be out on bail. It's going to cost me $500 and I'll be out. And if I'm not out, I'll have a bed and food and a roof over my head. So I think that's one of the starter points, that if we do ever speak to Mr. Ramaphosa, I would like to know, what is your plan? What's the way forward?
How harsh you can make it with him in prison also.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be like a holiday where you're just going for a certain amount of time and becoming fat and eating and living off our tax money and that we work hard for it. So
Exactly.
it's not fair on us. Especially when it comes to a man, she paid with her life, and now we as the family have to pick up the pieces, and their lives just goes on like normal.
You have someone in custody at the moment, right?
Yes, two guys. There's two of them that are in custody.
Okay. So now we're hoping that the case will something will happen. I will come visit you, come meet with you face to
Yes,
face.
but like I can tell Delaney, the evidence against them is very strong. The case against them both is very strong. There's witnesses who gave lots of statements. So there's witnesses who saw them and faces were shown. So they have the right guys.
Well, that at least that's a starting point. I think it's worse when you looking for,
Yeah, when you're looking,
and you're not finding them and you want justice, but there's no evidence of anything that happened. And I think that's almost worse. So at least we've got a
yeah,
starting point, and we will fight. We will go to court. I'm happy to sit next to you with my mask on, and we will fight for her. We won't stop. We won't stop.
definitely. Even if I have to fight for the rest of my life, or even if I have to pay with my own life, that is how far I'm willing to go.
Yes, I know. I can imagine that you would play with your life. How do you feel about facing the guilty people?
I didn't face them yet, so like I told my wife also, I don't know how I'll react. I really don't know how I'll react. I'll probably lose it. All of that emotion, frustration, anger, pain. It's like it's building up now, and it's building up. It's building up. I told the detective also, when I see them, I'm probably gonna explode, because thinking of all the pain they caused me.
How's your wife doing, Hasne?
She's alright. I actually dropped her this morning by your mother's place so she can get out of Ocean View, because she told me she needed that break
Yeah.
away from all that negativity and fear. So she's doing well, but how can I say, she told me she just wants to be in the background, because she can't deal with media and talking to people. And so I said, I fully understand, that is how you're dealing with your pain.
Yeah. Because
I told her,
sorry, you go.
I said, I told her I'm the one that will do everything, that will fight for him, man. And you are fighting for her, but I will be the one doing it on social media and going the extra mile, and making people aware, doing as much as I can.
I watched Iman's funeral, and I'm not going to lie, I think it's one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen in my entire life. And I cannot imagine what you guys, I mean, she's a mother and she might pretend to be okay, but I'm sure she is in a
She
million.
always tells me. She always tells me. She always tells me this. I carried Iman for 9 months, and we were prepared to work ourselves to our bones to make sure that she reaches her dreams, and her dreams got ripped away in a blink of an eye, just like that. And I know the pain. You can also relate to it, Eleni, as a mother. If your only daughter got stolen from you, you cannot put it into words. And I know she cries a lot. She cries a lot. You cry yourself to sleep, to wake up crying. It's the worst pain ever.
And it's your birthday tomorrow.
Yes. My first birthday without Iman. Last year, before she went to school, she sang for me. She said to me, Slama Daddy. She kissed me. And it feels like yesterday, like, yeah.
Well, there's no words to make things better. And I cannot imagine what tomorrow morning will be like. You still have one son, right? How old is he?
Yes, I've got two boys, the Rida and the Hir. The one is 5 and one is 9 years.
So
Iman was in the middle.
Shame. Are you overprotective now? Because I think now you would be like,
Yes.
just overprotective.
My sons, both of them, and even my wife, they get very angry at me, man, because I don't like them playing outside. I don't like not seeing them. It's like I just want them by my eye or close to me all the time. And I'm very, how can I say, not overprotective. I'm like triple overprotective. Like
I can imagine.
I just,
Because I mean, kids are supposed to be kids, and they're supposed to be okay playing outside. And she was playing innocently, and it just
it's
happened.
in our front yard. In our front yard. He was playing in the yard.
Um, did a lot of media contact you yet?
Yes, the voice, the Zone, August. Mostly when I'm at court, then they would like to speak to me, but most of the time, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say because the questions they ask me, it's, it's you're already thinking so many things on the day, and it's like you don't know how to answer the press. You don't know what to say to them.
I can only imagine. Asmir, I'm hoping that when Mornay gets to Cape Town to see your entire community there, we
Yes,
can't do this by ourselves. I can swim to London and it's not going to make a difference. If we don't have people standing together and fighting with us, it's going to have this whole pause and like 5 months or
not
6
at
months.
all. Yeah,
It won't make a difference. It
it's
would have been
gonna fall on deaf ears.
exactly. So if we don't go there and we are thousands and thousands of people and we get Cape Town to literally stand still, we're not
Yeah,
going to make a difference.
you
And
won't. Yeah.
what I'm asking for is for people to don't wait till it's your child. That's why I said, do we need to wait till it's your child? Will you then only
Before you
stand up?
realize.
Yeah. Let's not wait. Let's fight now and make sure. Look, crime will never disappear completely. We all know that. But don't tell
Yeah,
me there's no way of making South Africa a better place for all of our children. It's possible.
yeah.
And I
We have
think a
we
lot
have so a
of this.
beautiful country.
I just wanted
Sometimes
to,
I
sorry, you speak. Sorry about that.
no, I was gonna say we have such a beautiful country, and it's only a minority that ruins it.
No, true story. But I want to tell you that we back you all the way. And don't feel alone. I know you know by now we speak on WhatsApp as well.
Yes,
And I promise you now that we are a good group of people that refuses to back down. And we will stand with you. And anyone else that wants to come talk to us, they're more than welcome.
yeah.
It takes a lot for a parent to actually talk like this. Like I don't think I will be able to. So I do look up to you. I will keep you up to date with everything that's going on. And then I'm hoping that the entire Cape Town stands together and they walk with us to Parliament. I would love to give government to put documents in their hands, and I want answers. I want to ask them questions, and I would like answers. We pay them to look after us.
Yes, we do. We want answers on the day. I
Exactly.
don't want them to take our papers and say, I'll answer you a month or 2 months later. I want answers on the day. When we
Exactly.
hand over the memorandum, I want answers. What is your action? What is your plan? What are you going to do?
Exactly. And then we just don't stop, eh? We just go on
Definitely not.
and on and on.
And on and on.
Exactly. I'll
I
be there
can't.
right
I
next to you.
can't. Yeah, I can't wait to meet you face to face for Monday, and
Yeah, it feels like I just want to
through.
give you a hug. I just want to give you a hug. But I'm sure there'll be a lot of crying. And I just want to thank you for today. I know I think you're at work still and you just got in your car quickly to have a conversation with us. So I
Yes.
don't know if your boss is looking through your window waiting for you. So I really, really appreciate your time. Okay. I really appreciate it.
I must actually say thank you to you, Elaine. It means the world to me. Because without you, I don't think where I would have been today. So that means the world to me.
Thank you.
And I know we're making Iman proud, not just Iman, but all children, Disney, Zania, all of the children and women.
Is there any last words you would like to say to the world out there? Because we're hoping to get this everywhere, not in South Africa. I want everyone overseas to see this message, that it's actually, this is what's happening in South Africa and it's unacceptable.
My message to the world is, I just feel as a father that we should be more protective and we should guide and be strong for our women and children, because some men failed big time, abuse women and rape women, abuse children and rape children, and we see it every day on social media. So it's by time you wake up, don't let it come knocking on your door. Then it's going to be too late to open your eyes and feel the pain. To live with that pain, it's not worth it. So it's by time we as men step up and be the leaders that our women and children want us to be.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thank
I'll
you,
tell you
Tilani.
tomorrow on your birthday, I'll come eat some cake. I'm not going to bake you one because I'm not good at baking, but I can buy you one. So, but I will sing to you tomorrow morning. Everyone loves my singing.
Okay.
We'll have it tomorrow. And listen to the radio.
Thank you, Tilani.
You will be on
Yes.
there. I will let you know.
Okay.
And then you can get your community ready and just tell them
Okay.
that we are about to put on a big fight. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
You will be on radio. Oh, me. My new. I'm working for Radio South Africa now, so my new show will be 9 to 12. I will focus on what's going on now. Till Mornay gets to Cape Town, the world will know about what's going on.
The world has been.
They
Yeah.
will know. We'll make a noise. I've got a loud voice.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'll speak to you tomorrow on your birthday, and have a nice day. And we're praying for you every single day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Your prayers mean the world to me. It's right here by my heart.
I'm crying with you, Asma. We all are.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can save lives and stop this from happening. Okay.
Stop the pain.
But hands, we've got your hand. We're going all the way, and we're not going to stop.
I won't stop.
We can't stop. We need justice, and until that happens, we're not stopping. None of us.
I told my wife also, even if justice is served for Iman, I won't stop until the government shows me that they can do something.
Yeah.
Stop this. They can. Yes, they have the manpower. I know they do.
They showed us in lockdown. That's the problem. We now know what they're capable
of. That's the problem.
Exactly. So it's possible. Asma, you must have an awesome day. And
thank you.
Like I said, I hope you have a nice day tomorrow on your birthday. Try and celebrate, your own birthday as well, because I know that you're going to fight for your daughter. And I'll fight with you. Have an awesome day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Enjoy your day. And Elandro also.
Have a good day. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just hold on.
Hi, Asmir.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Elmarie from Radio South Africa, and I'm also saying to you today, we're also there with you guys behind you all the way. We're holding hands with everybody, and it's a horrible time, and we're standing together as a nation. So I want to say to you, I'm sorry about what's happened, and also happy birthday for tomorrow. It's going to be difficult, but we're standing with you guys with this fight all the way.
Send lots of love to your wife.
Your arms and your heart.
Okay?
Yeah, I will do.
Okay, chat tomorrow.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.
Mm. Okay.